When you talk about variety in Missouri, whether it's outdoors, family fun, nightlife, we looked for our way to own variety. We're talking a lot about shorthand of mo. It's like, well, what about MO? Modus operandi, different ways and different varieties. And I remember there was a line, there's a mo for every MO, and we're like, what if mo was a person?
We definitely started with illustrations and storyboarding to help bring that to life.
We really landed on this character as being the embodiment of anything that we could possibly show, and getting a spirit and a tone to a wider audience than we have in the past. That was our primary objective.
I immediately knew that Cody Stokes was the guy to direct this for us, and so we put Cody's treatment together, and with that treatment, he got so excited about it, he actually went out and made a spec piece here at our studios.
I think the ultimate thing that sold them in on it was when our partners at Coolfire came with their example piece to really display how this would come to life. You could have one human portraying multiple characters in something that was more simple, obviously compared to the final piece, but it really had a profound impact.
Couldn't have done it better myself.
Of course, when you're concepting, you're always going to have a certain personality pop into your head, but we were certainly open to that human being anybody that would embody what we ultimately needed Missouri to be.
No small task for sure, and so we emphasized the importance of casting and doing a thorough search to both men and women of every age and ethnicity, and ultimately landed on Ashley Santana, who plays Mo in the campaign.
What makes for a great vacation? Depends on who you ask.
My agent sent me a text message saying, "Are you ready to do a happy dance?" And I just freaked out because I knew what that meant. When I walked in, immediate imposter syndrome. I walked in and I thought, this is huge.
When you're shooting something like this, you need space big enough to handle the motion control rig, but you also need space to build these sets. You know, with the pandemic, you need space to make sure your crew is staying sufficiently socially distant. So we actually took over an old big box store and built everything there from scratch.
Missouri Division of Tourism is no stranger to, big productions. They've certainly done their share, but certainly nothing like this. And, seeing Missouri replicated and brought into a controlled space was something they had never seen before.
For propping and wardrobe, we wanted to make sure that the choices we were making exuded those personality traits that we needed for our character.
I think my favorite was probably the scuba suit, the oxygen tank and the flippers and the mask and all of that.
Always a daunting task when you're tackling video and stills together in the same shoot. And obviously for efficiencies and all the wardrobe changes, it only made sense for this one.
Awesome. I can't say enough about our production design on this. Corey Hensley was our production designer. She built some amazing sets. They were building roller coasters, for God's sake, in the back of a big box store. We use the Milo motion control rig. It's a robotic camera that basically makes the same move every single time.
It was important to get those repeatable moves because we have one actress playing multiple parts. The camera moves through each one of her passes as a different character. Then in post, we're able to layer those together, making it appear as if she's in multiple different places at once.
It was very technical, and it was one of those things that was hard to see. Fortunately, Patrick Vaughn was on set dropping in the pieces as we were capturing them so that everyone could understand and see that it was working together. I think that was really impressive to them, and that they really responded well to the capturing as well as the finished product.
Having all of these characters that need to be shot, it was really important for us to have immediate feedback. Not only for the director to review the performances, but for us to review the timing of those performances. Also, we needed to make sure that no two characters occupied the same physical space at the same time.
It throws in a monkey wrench, but I feel like it makes you more aware of what's going on. I am grateful to have had that challenge and to rise to the occasion and do that.
When I first heard we won this job, I was kind of like a kid in the candy store. I knew we were going to have to deploy a variety of creative solutions.
This is the type of job that you get into the business for. It's tons of fun, it's the stuff that you love to do, and it really pushes all your skill sets.
There was a lot of chroma key work, obviously, and there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rotoscope mats. We needed to integrate all the camera moves into the 3D space so we could create the digital background plates. And then also some little physics simulations and other effects that added a lot of detail to the scenes.
When I look at the mechanics of the composite, it's really kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together.
As a visual effects artist, our goal is always to produce something that looks really good, but that the viewer never pays attention to how it was built and that it feels very authentic.
This color process was a little bit challenging. It was a little atypical. First of all, you've got a lot of seamless transition, so you're doing color work that is kind of evolving over time. And then the second thing that makes it a little tricky is that you've got CG background plates and you've got live action foreground plates, and you need to be able to control the color on those separately and then control the color on them as a whole.
And then we just kept leveling it up with custom music that was just over the top, put that final polish on everything down to the brand mnemonic at the end.
Well, we were able to work with the agency from the very beginning to talk about what the music could be and how it could transform along with the talent. So wouldn't it be cool if the musical genres changed from scene to scene? To make you feel like at a baseball game or make you feel like in an art museum and try to represent some of those genres. And with a little bit of trial and error, it started to come together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I truly hope that people watch this. They want to appreciate the spot and see all of the great things that there are to do in Missouri. But I hope those that are in the business realize the amount of detail that went into making this spot, because there's a lot of people who work really hard on it, and I'm super proud of the team here at Coolfire.
I hope that overall people just find the campaign relatable, that people find me relatable, because Missouri, we're down to earth folks, and I hope that that's what comes across.
Whenever folks are ready to venture out again, we're hoping that they start local with little day trips, and we're just excited to showcase the state in a way that's not used to being seen. Even for those of us who live here, I don't think we often stop to realize just how much it has to offer. And the campaign, we're hopeful, is showing just even a sliver of that to a new audience.
What makes for a great vacation depends on who you ask. Are you looking to get away or bring everyone together? Do you want to get outside and play or see a play at the plate? Do you want to feed your soul or stuff your face? Fortunately, however you operate, I've got you covered. The name's Missouri, but you can call me Mo. And I have just one question. What's your MO?